culture news here on The Experience. Now, the big news of this week is that Dr. Pepper has supplanted Pepsi as the number two soda in the world. Well done, Dr. Pepper. Good on you. This really shouldn't be a big surprise to anyone, as the second most popular thing heard in restaurants around the world is no, Pepsi's not okay. And I think that's the description of the people at the Pepsi plant right now. All right, if you look up the Daily Planet on Wikipedia, it tells you that it's a fictional newspaper featured in the DC Comics associated with Superman. It also lists 8 fictional employees of the paper. And James Gunn seems determined to have every one of them in the upcoming film. We have Clark Kent and Lois Lane. Those are the obvious leads. And of course, that's David Corn Sweat and Rachel Brosnahan. Then we heard that Skylar Gisondo was going to be playing Jimmy Olsen, and Wendell Pierce was taking on the role of editor-in-chief Perry White. Now, earlier this week, we learned that Beck Bennett of SNL was going to play sports reporter Steve Lombard. And then over the weekend, we heard that Michaela Hoover will be playing gossip columnist Cat Grant, and Christopher McDonald, not Shooter McGavin, a different Christopher McDonald, would be playing ace reporter Ron Troop. Now, other than Lana Lang, she was the 8th person listed, that's all the recurring characters from the comics who work at the paper. Now, Gunn is definitely building his Superman universe quickly, and Gunn has confirmed all of these castings. So, seems like it's getting to be very crowded, and heck, that just might be the topic of my Thursday show. Stick around or tune in for that. Superman will be in theaters July 11th, 2025. So, not this year, next year. This is kind of an interesting one, a little outside the normal range here. But the NFL, now, this isn't necessarily about sports, so don't fade away. It's more about the fact that they didn't really plan very well. The NFL will be playing a game this year in Brazil, more specifically Sao Paulo. And when you travel to this area, you have to be very cautious of wearing the color green, as not only is the color, well, there's some reports saying that it's related to gang activity in the area. Another thing is that the particular arena where they're playing, the Corinthians Arena, that color is banned because it's the color of their arch rival, Palmeiras. Now, with that in mind, which 2 teams do you think the NFL decided to send to play in that area? I'll save you time. It's the Green Bay Packers, who wear green and yellow, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Good Freudian slip. The Philadelphia Eagles, whose main color is also green. Now, the teams have been instructed to wear their alternative uniforms, and the Packers have a set that's mainly white with a yellow helmet. But most of the Eagles' uniforms have green in them, and their helmets are green, so not sure what they're going to do. Could be interesting. Moving on. While it's unclear who will take the role of Kang the Conqueror after Jonathan Majors was let go by Marvel, one of the names that many had felt had a chance is saying he doesn't want the part. Actor Luke James, who you may know from Them the Scare, told The Direct that while he's not interested in playing the time-traveling villain, he would be open to talking about other roles, saying, Marvel as a whole, yes. Kang the Conqueror, no. But I would not take the meeting. There are so many brilliant characters because, it's so many characters. There are so many characters I would love to take a shot at. He did say now which role he would really be interested in. And he said, I know it's going to throw people. Thrasher. As a kid, I loved Thrasher, especially when I was introduced to him via Spider-Man. I just thought that was really cool. I skateboarded. I thought it was really sick. They're working on Blade. Blade is awesome, but I can't unsee Wesley Snipes. But I also love Mahershala Ali. So I just know that they're going to be a brilliant take on that. So if they're looking to do the new Warriors and bring in Night Thrasher, you got a guy. All right, this ran over the weekend. I was kind of surprised by it. there's a somewhat controversial episode of Doctor Who that aired, and it's introduced a bounty hunter named Rogue, played by Hamilton's Jonathan Groff. If you've seen Hamilton but still don't know who Jonathan Groff is, he plays King George and sings the da 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 song. Now, this episode plays off of the current popularity of the show Bridgerton and is set in the British Regency era. And Rogue plays this bounty hunter who initially goes after the Doctor but ends up teaming up with him. And the current Doctor, of course, is Ncuti Gatwa. Now, they're taking on a group of shapeshifters called the Childers. Now, while many people are a bit shocked by a previously non-canon version of the Doctor, as played by Richard E. Grant, in this hologram moment, there are a lot of articles over the weekend touting the show's first same-sex kiss in the 60-year history. And the problem is that it's not. It's not the first same-sex kiss. When the show returned in 2005, led by Christopher Eccleston and Billy Piper, they introduced the character of Captain Jack Harkness, played by John Barrowman. Now, in the first season finale, they are splitting up to try and save the universe like you do in a Doctor Who show. And Jack kisses Rose and then turns and kisses the Doctor before running off into danger. So that means that the Gatwa kiss is not the first in the series. Just saying. And these are major sites listing that. It's like, really? A little bit of homework here, folks. Moving over to Prime with writer Eric Kripke, creator of the series like Supernatural and The Boys, admitted he may be the worst person in Hollywood at predicting how long a series will run. With The Boys' fourth season premiering soon and a fifth already greenlit, many folks call back to Kripke saying that he figured the show was planned for 5 years. But now it's, he's kind of hedging his bet, saying that it will go longer. And what he says is, I am, without hyperbole, literally the worst person in history at predicting how long their shows should go on. No one in the entire history of the entertainment business has been more wrong than me, giving interview after interview on how I thought Supernatural should end after 5 years. Supernatural ran for 15 seasons. He went back to say, so I would be crazy to speculate how many seasons any show should go. I'm not going to make the same mistake again. But yes, I do have an ending in mind. Now, if nothing else, Kripke needs to see this series go on at least a few more seasons because he's bringing like the entire Supernatural cast into the show. Jensen Ackles was last season. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is coming up. He's still got to work Jared Padalecki and Misha Collins in. So, and probably a few others too, but those are the big ones. So, Felicia Day would be good too. All right, moving over to Marvel. With Marvel Studios taking the Netflix Marvel TV series into its fold, some little changes have been made. Like, they added AKA to the Jessica Jones series, making it match what the original comic title was, AKA Jessica Jones. But this last change that people have noticed doesn't really make a lot of sense. A season 2 episode of The Punisher got a title change when it was added to Disney+. Now, previously, the 10th episode, which originally aired in 2019, was titled The Dark Hearts of Men. But if you look it up on Disney Plus right now, the word dark has been removed, just leaving the hearts of men. Now, why the change? I don't know. It really doesn't make sense. Like I said, the episode has Frank Castle, John Bernthal, going after Billy Russo's territory. Now, Russo would later become Jigsaw and, of course, was played by Ben Barnes. But there's no obvious reason nor comment about why they dropped the word dark. Seems kind of strange to me. All right. In a recent clip from Deadpool and Wolverine, there is a second that features a woman's legs dressed in a Deadpool-type costume, which is pretty obviously Lady Deadpool, but folks are trying to figure out who's playing the part. Now, the two top contenders seem to be The Off speculated about Taylor Swift, who's been rumored to be in the film for a long time, and Blake Lively, who happens to be married to Ryan Reynolds. Well, we still don't know who owns the legs in the clip, but according to Entertainment Weekly, it's not Swift. They're saying definitively that she will not be featured in the upcoming movie. Neither is Lady Deadpool or Dazzler, as the rumor has stated. And Reynolds and director Sean Levy have made it clear that they're not going to lie. So if they say somebody is in it, they're in it. If they say somebody isn't in it, they're not in it. But, if it's gray, well, you never know. If they don't actually, they're non-committal, then that's always could go either way. But on this one, it's finally come out that Taylor Swift is not in the movie. So if you're buying tickets for that reason, don't do it. Or go. It's going to be a good movie either way. But all right, the new Star Wars series launched on June 4th with 2 episodes, The Acolyte. Now, it generated 4.8 million views in the first day on the streamer. That makes it the biggest series premiere on Disney Plus this year. Now, keep in mind, there's been no Marvel or other Star Wars this year other than animated stuff. Now, that tally rose to 11.1 million views after 5 days of streaming, maintaining their status as the biggest 2024 series premiere on the platform. Now, the series has debuted to strong critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, coming in at 90%, while the audience score is at 27%, which another thing that makes no sense. But it does seem to kind of encapsulate what's going on with the entertainment industry right now, and has been going on for about a decade, is this review bombing and split decisions and stuff. I mean, how do you get a critic score of 90% and an audience score of 27% on 2 episodes of a series that they could at least wait to see the end? Anyway, that's it. That's the news. Remember to stick around later on, Mint to Skim It, Mint Hunter, and Kicking It with Omri later today here on The Experience. Hope you guys have a great day.